DRS enabled, DRS enabled.
Science 1.1, Albon 0.8.
Yeah, wind the same, confirm.
And it's Red Bull.
Radio check.
This is your garage. As you upgrades are split into car parts and team members. Team members, as well as improving your tech level, upgrades also. New items you've acquired appear here.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the VD Racing League Grand Prix. I am Will. I've been a commentator here before at this racing league, and it is fun to be back. And I'm excited for what Mexico is coming to bring us. I think we're just getting the last-minute specs done, and we'll be away hopefully soon. But do sit tight, as I'm sure we're not going to be too long. Looks like we've got roughly a full grid today. Lots of action coming ahead of us. Do stay put, and we can bring plenty of action. So hopefully, we should be joining in now. The timer counts down now. We will jump into some qualifying, short qualifying, which will be around 18 to 20 minutes. 18, sorry, to 20 minutes. And then we can get with the racing action. But who will qualify pole position for Mexico? It's quite a big track, actually. Obviously, with the fun facts of the start-finish straight being one of the longest start-finish straights. And, well, obviously, the last race here at Mexico was a very, very interesting one in the Rio F1. And there was lots of controversy between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. Let's hope that's going to bring the exact same here. What I'll do is I'm going to pull up just this. Okay, perfect. We are in here now. So the session is underway now. I believe the timer has gone down, so the cars are set to go out at any moment, hopefully. If they do for some reason come out. But we'll find out in a minute. Hopefully the game's not lagged. Is the F124? I mean, it's not really known to lag after the good developers in this game, but we'll find out in a minute. Hopefully not. If the stream, I'm sure we'll have a bit of issues. We will be resuming this, but hopefully let's not lag the game out. Oh, there we go. So we are underway. Another car. Toro is already retired from the session. Toro, a famous name in VD Racing League's books, and Remus as well, coming back to the old names. So hopefully we can get qualifying underway when the first cars come on track. I'll say that. Williams. So both Daniel and also Kevin are coming out on tracks. The Saubers there, and another Williams. So both Williams out on track. Kyle and Dutchy. Hopefully we can get on board with them soon and do that outlap. And look, everyone's coming out now on board now. So Kevin there, bumping over those curves. Got to try and get the tyre all warmed up for this course of the lap. You kind of, if you mark up your lap, you want to go a bit slow actually, because you kind of use quite a lot of your tyre and you can't really afford that for the race. Lock up there in the front left, coming through the chicanes there of turns 4 and 5, and that's where we're going to expect to see quite a bit of action as well. As that's an interesting bit there as well. And these are the turns that the famous Max Verstappen and Lando Norris had their little grudge at, but hopefully we're not going to be seeing much of that today and having a clean race. So it looks like Kevin will be leading the pack today on for the first flying lap, as he now comes into the stadium section, which is a very popular section, and he's about to come out to the last corner to start his first flying lap. Now let's see if he could be putting it, the Ferrari could be putting it on provisional pole position. Well, we'll find out in just a couple of minutes time. Coming now with DRS wide open now, sector 1 yellow flag, looks like one of the Saubers, but might have had a spin, we don't know, we will find out later. But Kevin now coming into turn 1, braking eagerly now, getting all the lock up on the right there, but that's not making a big thing. Bumping the curves, which can lose you a bit of time. Hopefully not too much. Duros wide open once again. And I don't think anyone's got the slipstream looking on the map. He hasn't. No one's got the slipstream behind him, so he hasn't. Well, no one else is getting the advantage from it, but you never know from other people. Purple sector 1 there, but it looks like it's just been taken away there from the Williams behind. And a few lock-ups still, but obviously the tyres aren't up to the max that they can be. And let's see, caution 1-3, and I guess that's just people trying to equally space out just so they can get enough time. Coming through to the back section now. How's he going to do during here? Perfect braking, perfect exit, and it's now got to gently go through. Hopefully just trying to make the car last, and let's just see the time to beat from Kevin. We will find out in this corner now. Time to beat is a 1:13.5. And that Williams behind though beat that? That's the question, because he was putting in a purple sector 1, I believe. No, he can't. Kyle stays second, 1:17.5. So he's obviously slowed down. And Froby in the Sauber there has gone up quite well, and that's not Kyle down the order. Kyle's probably going to go again. Well, with Twitch, Ben Racing. Ben Racing here, just coming through the last couple of corners. Sector 3, let's see how his lap's going to go. Good exit out the corner, using all of the room he can. Going to cross the line, that's going to bring him up to 5th there, so that's going to be in the top 5, but he's going to want to be, well, everyone's going to want to be up at the top part of the field, won't they? And look at the McLaren there, of Tauha, in 2nd place there, comfortably sitting there, and his teammate here on board, Leo. Leo has been locking up quite a few bits, but I don't think it's going to matter too much, because there's cornering all a bit of a shake there with the car, and this all could just be heavy braking, maybe panicking braking, but Nico, you can see them 3rd. As I said, Leo goes 4th, so Leo up to the 4th, and he's going to put himself in the 2nd row of the grid, but we can't say anything now because obviously these aren't going to, well, this might be the finishing order, but you never know, but hopefully it will change. Remus there, trying to get all of the actions, well, as much action as he can coming out of these corners, using all the track width he can, hopefully not too much to invalidate his lap, but that's what all the drivers are dreading if that does for some other reason happen. Remus now coming out the last corner. Remember, Toro's just retired from the session. I don't know why, but it's happened, so that's not going to be good for him. Going to come across the line. Remus for 4th position there, 2nd row of the grid. As I said, Leo's going to get bumped down into the 3rd row of the grid, and the McLarens are going to want to go up strong, as I'm sure every other driver will. Going on board with Dutchy now. Dutchy coming out the last corner. He's he's another Williams, and the Williams have done alright actually. They came, well, Kyle in 10th, but he hasn't tried. I think he pulled out that lap, and so is Dutchy that time. Kyle dropped down to 11th, so I imagine Kyle possibly going for another lap. Hopefully he is. And Dutchy bringing himself into the top 10. Tauha there in 3rd position. McLaren eager to beat just the people in front of him. Hopefully it's not too much of a gap. He's kind of got a purple sector 1, it looks like, but obviously we haven't hit purple. Well, we haven't hit sector 1 yet. I think we have. Anyway, continuing along, Tauha chucking the car in there, in through the S section. We're trying to get all the. You can see his fuel actually is starting to go down as well. He's just trying to get all the last bits of it. As it kind of lags, sorry. And we're back again, and Tauha now coming into the big stadium section, backing out of his lap. What seems like? No, he's back in the lap, sorry. And he is backing out of the lap, yeah, so he did back out of his lap at that time. Hopefully not giving himself a penalty in that case. So Tauha into the pit lane. Kevin out again, he's on an out lap, but Kyle, the other Williams, Kyle tried to put in a lap before, but I don't think it worked. On board with Kevin with the his teammate in front. So will they be playing the game of well, it looks like his teammate in front is just charging his battery, so I'd imagine it's just going to be just towing the whole way down, or is he, yeah, it looks like it. He's not trying to get past him at all. Oh, he's trying to leave a gap now. Okay, so that makes a bit more sense, leaving a gap. I would have thought he would have gone for the towing part, but maybe not, and I think he will start to gas around here, because this is the part where you need to get the momentum to start up your lap. And I've just been told that Toro has had a quali ban from, I believe, a previous race. So he will be in the race starting from the back of the grid. And we'll see if he can do a big performance. As we know, he's a strong driver, Toro. So we will find out what he has to bring in 10 minutes' time. You can see a huge lock up in front from his teammate there of Daniel. Daniel locks up, and over the curb goes Kevin again. So Kevin did that actually in the first time, and it kind of mucked him up a tiny bit on his lap, but he still managed to keep pole position. So provisional pole here. There's a 113.5 to beat, and hopefully he can do that again, where he even maybe beat that. He's just got to be careful through all these corners because they are tricky corners to do. Don't get me wrong. And it's not an easy track, this, when you're starting to lose grip. Obviously he's got all the maximum amount of grip he has because of the tyres, but you know, hopefully he's going to be all right. Shaking the car there through his S section. Tyre goes just over, and he has invalidated his lap, so he will back out. Well, we're not probably back out, but he will wait until his next opportunity to kick Sauber there in front of him with a lock up as well. So everyone's looking up quite a bit, but that's expected, obviously. And Mayverse brings himself onto the front row of the grid to go second. Into the pits goes Kevin after aborting his lap. So Mayverse in second. Obviously he must have been up there for a while, but yeah, Mayverse has just made himself into the top two. And Javita there, over the curb goes Remus. Remus not looking well. It didn't look very strong that lap. Nico here. Nico getting the exit now. Lat out. What's this going to bring him? Will bring up the order? No, it's not. He's going to stay where he is. Well, actually, was he on a? He might have been on an out lap. So Nico goes for a lap now, and this could be the lap that will bring him up. Virgil, so Rajic there. Rajic, another famous name, brings himself up to second position there with 113.6, still 10th off the leading Ferrari there. And I was right, yeah, sorry, he was out on the lap, so Nico is on the fast lap now. He is down a bit on his best time, but he can bring it up hopefully in the next couple of seconds, sectors, obviously. That's the important bit. But the drivers yet to put a lap in is the Haas and the RB of Ice Cream and Miko. Hopefully they can get out on track soon. And I think Miko is out on track and Ice Cream is also on track. I believe not everyone's on track. So he is, yeah, so as I said, Nico is bringing up his lap time. He's 2 tenths up in that sector there, so he's up in his time, and he's just invalidated his time as well, which is just frustrating for him, getting all the way to the end, and that just happens. I mean, that is the most frustrating bit ever for that to happen, obviously. But well, on board with Rajic now, trying to get a gap between the cars in front, I believe, to go for a lap, or is he on a lap now? He's not a lap because he's 13 seconds down in his time. Mayverse there, trying to get the slipstream of the McLaren, but McLaren pulling over to one side to let the car by. And Mayverse comes now across the line to start his flying lap. And here it goes now. So on board with Mayverse, can he put himself into the front row of the grid with Kevin and Rajic? Now Red Bull looking strong in this one, but with Rajic's teammate being at the bottom, it's not going to help the constructors' standings for him, obviously. And well, Mayverse coming through those first couple of corners, he's done really well actually through that. He didn't, well, attack those curbs, because those curbs are quite deadly curbs and you really don't want to get on them or mark up with them whatsoever. Coming into, he is up on this time, and he's purple, sector 1, looking good, but a snap at the rear there might lose more time for him. That's not what he's wanted, and that's kind of mucked up his time. Hopefully it's not mucked it too much and he can continue with this purple, because he was purple sector 1, throwing the car in, throwing the car out once again. It's just going to keep going, only for a few more corners just to put himself. There's only 6 minutes left in the session. Can he put himself into the front row of the grid? Well, that's what he'll want. He'll find out in just a couple more minutes time. I believe he was up in his second sector. I didn't see in time, I believe it cut out, so I didn't see if he was up in his second sector. But we'll find out now, because he's just rounding down the last corner. This is going to bring him to nothing, because he's going to pit. So obviously that's second sector had brought him down. So Kevin now is down in his time, but he is, I don't know if he's going to look for another lap soon, and looks like a spin actually. No, it's not. He's just pulled over to one side of the, as we're just accepting someone in quickly. as more. Well, so Rajic there. How's the Haas done? So both Haas there, 11th and 12th on the grid, just behind the Sauber. Nico is currently 6th position. Daniel 5th. Who else on track at the moment? Toha. Ice Cream into the pit lane, but then we go Kevin 113.5. So when we thought he wasn't on a lap, he was on a lap, and he managed to go even higher. So he's looking strong. He's looking very, very strong actually for his laps. Now looking on Remus, fresh set of soft tyres. He's going to come across the line. This is going to be his starting lap. Now, can Remus do what he needs to do and get this pole position? Well, we'll find out in just a lap's time. Leading now into turn 1, trying to get all the right amount of racing line here. Keeping left, tucking right, lock up on the right, the front right. Not hitting the curves too much. Using enough exit, still losing the rear. Both Mercedes have lost the rear. Have been struggling with losing the rear there. So that's not what they've been wanting. But obviously, it's going to happen for them, isn't it? Lock up again, but it's still a better exit there off the corner, and he has done very good. Thank you very much, everyone, for saying welcome back. It's very nice to be back. As we continue now through turn. So if we continue through turn 6 here, going into the S shape now. This is going to be this is the hardest section, I want to say, of the track, I think, because if you're off the racing line, then it kind of mucks you up for this corner here, and it's just a bit of a killer, and I don't know, you lose a lot of speed, and it's not the best. Anyway, coming into the last section now. Running nearly slightly wide, but doing quite well there, Javito. Don't know, yeah, he's still on the lap. Coming around the last corner, Javito in 7th. Where is he going to put himself up? He's going to go stay 7th, so he's going to stay there. And I wonder how the other Mercedes of Remus did. Was it Remus? I don't think he moved Remus, so Remus stays the same. Coming out, well, there's lots of cautions now. I think that was a Mercedes. Mayverse. So Mayverse out in the fresh sort of set of tyres. And he is, well, eager, and because he is eager, because he's just gone up a 10th on his lap. Mayverse looking quite quick. This is the corner he mucked up before. Not this time. He is absolutely acing it now. He is flying through these corners now, coming to the S section, throwing the car in with perfect racing line there, and not mucking it up at all. Here he comes now, using all of his DRS to gas it all the way down to the bottom to start the last part of the section. Mayverse, well, what can he do? Can he put it on for a pole position? Purple section 2, and he's just about to pace his lap. That one corner in the stadium section, he's just ruined it. It's such a shame, as he was off for such a flyover lap. 113.4 would have put him up into a pole position, and that has just ruined his lap there into turn number 15 there, and that is the most frustrating part ever. Correction, sorry, it was turn 13, my bad. But anyway, continue now on board with Sasmo in the Haas. Oh, God, the close well, almost an impact there with the McLaren. Looks like having a fight there, but with the Red Bull, it looks like, at the same time. I don't know, it's with Ferrari, I'd imagine then. But continuing now, I think Sasmo, well, he managed to skip all of that just before he could get affected by it. Purple sector 1 there for Sasmo, so it's looking quite strong for him coming through now into turn 6, and we're about to hit the DRS detection zone, but you won't need that for qualifying, will we? We'll need it for the race, and that's what all the drivers are going to want. But first place is going to want the biggest amount of gap he can get, isn't he? Well, here he comes now. DRS open now. Finishing the second sector, he is up 4 tenths up on his lap. He's looking quick, Sasmo. Is he going to do the exact same that Mayverse did? No, he's perfect. He's done the line perfectly. As I said, Remus has gone up. His teammate Mayverse Mayverse has gone down position, and Sasmo comes across the line. What's this going to bring him? It's going to bring him 8th position. Nico, just behind Nico there. So we've been on Nico quite a few times. Who's this? This is Kevin. Kevin's now a bit under threat with Remus, I think it's looking like. Sorry, Mayverse. looking like, because Mavis's time would bring him to pole position, but obviously that's changed now as that one corner with track limits got hit, and that's all we want, really, isn't it? So here he comes now, coming down the second straight into turn 4, and purple there, so for sector 1, so he's up on his lap time actually quite a bit. So we'll see what he can bring in the race, actually, with his race pace, if he can keep up the same match with his qualifying pace. And that's, I believe, a Haas in front of him. And we'll find out in a minute. Well, the Haas got to pull over to the one side, as he does respectively. And Kevin is time's up now, so it's all on Kevin. If he can just put it on provisional pole position. Remus and Mavis are done. They're done for their qualifying. Kevin, on the other hand, isn't, and he's just come around the last corner. Is he going to beat his time, the 1:13.5? That's the question. He comes across the line to beat it, 1:13.4. That's the time to beat, and he's managed to put it on he's on a purple there on all 3 sectors, I believe. Rajic, our second driver to keep an eye on, because he was up on his time, I believe, coming into the end of sector 2. He's flying through these corners. Will he beat Kevin on the 1:13.4? Well, it looks like he might be, as he's hit the 1 minute mark now, coming into the final section. He can't muck it up, he can't muck it at all, and he's got a purple sector 2 for him. It's looking good, it's looking strong. Will he put himself onto pole position for the Mexico Grand Prix? That's the question. He will. 1:13.4. Rajic puts himself onto the front row for today's Grand Prix, and that is qualifying complete. Rajic is going to be over the moon with that one, but he's going to have a lot of pressure from Kevin. Kevin's going to really keep an eye on him, won't he? Matt was a hell of a qualifying there. Rajic, 1:13.4, puts himself onto pole position. Kevin Van Dijk is on for second, 1:13.441, and that was pretty good. And it looks like, well, going down the order, we had third, Talhart in the McLaren. The McLaren is going to be on the second row. Remus in 4th in the Mercedes, both Mercedes 4th and 5th. Very eager to get to the front. Mavis was definitely, but getting validated in the last minute really did throw him off. Going for the rest down the order. For the rest of the top 10, we have Ice Cream, Nico, Daniel, Sasmo, Chavito to round out the top 10, 1:14.5 from him. So plenty of work for them to get up onto the top of the grid, but we will find out in just a moment time what this race is going to bring. Well, the countdown is on for the Mexico Grand Prix, and it's set to be a great one. Rajic lines himself up onto the front row of the grid with Kevin just behind. What can Kevin do? Well, we'll find out in a couple of lights' time. 3 lights, 4 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. It's like, so it's going to be go here for the VD Racing League in Mexico. It's going to be a great start from Rajic. Rajic keeps the lead. Remus up past the McLaren, and it's going to be a great start from him. Rajic holding the outside line, but it looks like Kevin's got the inside line, and he looks like he's going to go for the move. It looks like the Mercedes joining in this fight as well. Rajic holds it off. Lock up from him though. That still keeps the front, and it's a great start from him. And looking in front, well, looking from behind, is there going to be any more scraps? It looks like Nico getting forced out wide there, and Toro as well. Toro going up 1 position from his qualifying, and Nico is under pressure there from Daniel. Wow, and he's also in a mid-fight there with the and a spin there from what looks like Talha. Talha, who started third on the grid, has now dropped himself to the bottom of the grid, and that's the last thing he wanted. So that's the thing with with racing, ladies and gentlemen. You can drop any sudden moment just from one mistake. Look at that, the Haas of Sasmo trying to cover off the people behind. Kyle Berman there in 10th, comfortably sitting in 10th actually. But Toro's a man to beat. He's the man to keep an eye on, as he's already gone up 5 positions. As I said, that going down to 14th, beating the Kick Sauber and just doing a dive bomb. It looks like the RB is going to take an opportunity for that, because he takes the dive bomb. And does he keep it? No, it's still side-by-side action, but it looks like almost loses the rear there. And is that going to give Dutchy an opportunity? No, it's not. It's not this time, so it's going to keep an eye. Rajic there leading the Grand Prix, but Kevin isn't going to like that for much longer, because Kevin's going to be all over him any minute before he can make that opportunity. Hopefully that lunge soon. He's going to stay down to the back of him, wait for the opportunity to come. Will that be the DRS time? Well, we'll find out soon. Look at that, Daniel ran the outside of Nico. Nico is going to cover the inside line for the next corner. Daniel's not going to give up. What they're going to do, side-by-side action now, and it's not DRS yet. You've got to wait for the next lap, actually, I believe. And still it's going to be 3 wide now, coming into turn 4, and it looks like Nico stays in front and Daniel goes back. But who's that? It's Ice Cream. Ice Cream's managed to find his way up to the top, almost punting Nico there. Through goes Daniel for the train that's almost starting to come through, but it's not. Daniel's going to take the opportunity. He's going to stay right onto the back of Nico. Nico's going to have to defend for quite a long time before the DRS comes in, before it's going to be all over for him. But he throws it. Looks like the exits come through. DRS already active now for Daniel. Daniel's going to stay right to the back of him. Looking left, and no, he's going to stay back. He's going to wait to the long straight, because he knows that's the longer place to do the moves. Well, here he comes now with a fight there, and an impact as well from Kyle Benton and Toro. Toro getting a bit of a scuff there, and a punt also from Fabini. An incident again with Kyle. Kyle's having an absolute shocker. He's being attacked. Mavis 1:16.9 with the quickest lap, and who's that? Ferrari there, bringing himself up into the top order, up into 15th, sorry. And look at that, already Daniel is under pressure, and he's already got past Nico. Nico's gone down 2 positions. That was from the DRS train. How was the front of the pack doing? We'll find out in a minute. But it looks like further back there's an accident, and that's going to be Talha. Talha's getting bullied on this pack. He's getting absolutely bullied in this part of the circuit. And saying that, just in front, well, he's just being under pressure now from both Aston Martin has to take care of him, what he's going to do, because he almost went into the back of him. Ferrari now onto the back of Talhard, who's the one who had damage, because there was an incident back and both Williams are fighting. Will this be team orders to keep an eye on what's going to happen? Well, we'll find out soon. Hopefully there's not going to be, as he runs wide there, Kyle, letting Talhard through as well, forcing him wide. Now I'd imagine that is damage, because he's just cut through, and he will have to go off to pit, I'd imagine, because that front wing is probably gone, I'd imagine. And well, Kyle Behrman now having an absolute shocker. That is not what he wanted with the front wing damage. Kyle Behrman 3-second warning, and a contact with looks like Talha and Javito. Was it Talha? It was Talha, I believe, with a 3, and that is a virtual safety car now deployed. Rajic doing an absolute stormer from the start, and we can all take a breath, because that was some action back there. Rajic with a great start off the line, and he's absolutely aced it. And 10-second time penalty there for Kyle. So Kyle's having an absolute shocker. Talha into the pits, Kyle into the pit lanes, Ferrari into the pit lane. They've all not had the best race, but well, we're going to keep an eye on the front, guys, because that was interesting. Nico is the driver to keep an eye on, and Daniel, because Nico is a hell of a defending driver, but couldn't defend much against Daniel, and Daniel was eager to get himself back up to the front now. Well, hopefully it's the virtual safety car is going to be cleared up soon, and we will set to go racing, because look at Kevin, he's all over the back. But keep an eye on Remus though. And there we go, we are back racing. DRS is enabled. Rajic is storming off ahead of the pack, and got to keep an eye on Kevin. Remus there diving down. He looks for it. He's going to back off though, and he's actually going to lose time from that, because he was put off the racing line. Is this going to bring Mavis into the fight? Well, it's starting to look like it, isn't it? And obviously the other Ferrari there of Daniel's just going to keep him behind, waiting for the incidents to happen. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to happen soon, but there we go. Kevin has got the DRS any minute now. There we go. It's all open. So will it be the moves that will bring Kevin into the lead of the race? Rajic seems to have a good enough lead, but will Kevin look to dive down the inside? No, he's not. And Remus was looking as well, but he just wants to back out. They're not doing any silly manoeuvres in case of incidents, and that's all they want. They want to get to this front thing. Satsmo 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Imagine that was B for corner cuts. Anyway, Rajic here, leading our Grand Prix since lap 1, and that was a great start from him. And Kevin, obviously we've been watching the qualifying, and those two were just flat out on each corners, but it looked like Rajic had the faster pace as he set pole position. But we do have to keep an eye on the others as well, because there are plenty of other drivers who are eager to get their way up. But Rajic is storming through that part. Tauha retiring from the session out of frustration, as I don't blame him. And is that it looks like actually a team order from Maverse and Remus. So Maverse brings himself into third. He thinks he can get up to the front, and I don't blame him. I'm sure he can. Remus, because that is why Remus has a time penalty, and we might as well let Maverse just go for it. But Rajic is still under pressure from Kevin, but I think Kevin's just going to go easy on him for now, because he's waiting just to get close, and he is very close, and these opportunities should be taken definitely. But he's waiting for the perfect one where he's got the slipstream, he's got the DRS, open again now, and the Mercedes are actually playing a strat game, aren't they? Because they're both sitting together, waiting for this opportunity just to bring a bit more mood at the same time. So it looks like that further down the order, Sasmo and Leo both fighting in that one, pitting already there for Twitch. So yeah, Tauha started third on the grid, dropped down to last with an absolute shocker from a crash he had, and he got involved into the big stadium section. So that was the last thing he wanted. Snap to the rear there from Miko, sitting in the 11th place there. The two Haas are going to be together on that one with Leo G. So McLaren not having the day they wanted here, but always got to keep an eye on the other teams. Miko with the stunning last Haas livery. Having a good performance through here actually, but looks like Leo is gaining on him, and he not long actually before he might get onto the back of him. We will find out hopefully soon if there are any other fight. Looks like Toro, look at that, Toro up into 8th position. Toro is absolutely flying ahead, starting from last on the grid now to 8th. So he's a driver to keep an eye on. If there is a safety car, that is what he wants, because that will be perfect for him. That is what he wants. So he's currently comfortably sitting in 8th, and he's only almost a second now off from Nico. And remember, Nico was a top defender, so will Nico give up a fight about this? The front four are still fighting per usual, but not long before you'll actually see Toro join in the camera shots. That's definitely won't be long. And now looking on for Rajic. Oh sorry, so I haven't noticed that, but it had been that Kevin did take the move. Rajic's not going to be happy about that, and Mercedes are going to go, oh, this is perfect for us, because we can try and make moves hopefully soon when those two are fighting. They're going to play the strat game, but Kevin and Rajic won't, because they're obviously not on the same team. So DRS opportunity will come now for Rajic. Is he going to use it with his EOS? He is using his battery. He's going to go for the move down the inside into turn 1. Is this going to bring him up a position? Yes, he is. Yeah, that's a position done for him. And he's also got the other DRS to get away, but the slipstream may come in handy for the others. Look at that. Toro already past Nico. Nico looking down the inside. Toro sliding it in, and already ahead of Nico. As we said, he was flying up, and he's now got Daniel in front of him, the other Ferrari, to keep an eye on. And that's the first Ferrari he's going to pass. Hopefully he's not going to pass the other one. Well, that's what Ferrari hoping, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. So Toro there is in 7th position, started last on the hard combat tyre. So he's going for the long stint, but well, we'll find out soon if that's going to change. I'm sure it won't, but we'll find out soon, definitely. Now looking on, well, still on Toro at the moment, but he's going to keep an eye. Ice Cream there goes up position from Daniel. Dive bomb, it looks like. And it's a 3-way fight there, because Maverse is in that fight as well. What it seems like. Lock up as well. And look at that. Toro's already onto the back of them. Toro's ready for these moves to come through. Already got the DRS, I think, off from Daniel, I believe. We'll find out. I'm sure he does. And there he goes. And look at that, Rajic and Kevin are both fighting again. Kevin got the DRS this time, and he's going to slice through once again. It's going to be these fights for the rest. And as the Mercedes fighting, No, it's not. Ice Cream actually gets by the Mercedes, and Mercedes nearly loses it, and sends both. Whoa, 3 cars go by now. Mayverse has had a shocker from that. That's not what Mayverse has wanted. And blue flag's already coming up in front. I wonder if that's for. Sorry. And Kevin there, taking the lead of the Grand Prix once again. But that will just keep changing because of the DRS power. And Rajic is going to want that position back. I'm sure he will. Because he's going to, well, obviously he's going to go into the pit lane first and hopefully come out first. But obviously Kevin might be going for the undercut, you never know. What looks like Ferrari there in front, who will have to have the blue flag soon. Kevin is doing an extraordinarily well to keep the cars front, and Mayverse has gone round. He's dropped himself down to 11th. What's happened to Mayverse? Something's got, because that's not right, as he's been up at the front for so long, and now it's just happened. So that's not right. But well, that was very, very interesting how that's happened. I don't know why that's happened, but that is very interesting. Now Rajic with the DRS, he's going for the outside move, but he's done it, and it closes the door. Yeah, so it's, the move is already done there. And it looks like he's going to keep ahead this lap, but will it change for next lap? The Haas there, Sasmo and Miko look like they're fighting as well. The positions change round as the gap's going to increase with Rajic. Mayverse is retiring from the session and is done. Mayverse is done with those guys, and he's frustrated. Something's happened, and it's not right for his car, and I don't blame him. So Remus there, he's the only Mercedes keeping alive in 5th position. And he's retired in the pit lane, I believe, Mayverse. So it's going to increase Leo G and also Kyle Behrman to go up. Kyle Behrman, remember, he had a bit of a shocker from the start. Quite a few penalties already for him. But he continues. Kevin goes straight off there. And that's actually lost time for him. And will that give Rajic? No, it's not, because it's not a second yet. So you need a second from the car in front of you in order to get the DRS. But he's got the DRS, and he's definitely aced that one. Hopefully, he's not going to lose too much time. But will this allow Rajic to keep the lead for one more lap? I believe it will be. It probably will be, actually. As it looks like Toro, 3rd position for Toro. Toro is ready to join this fight. He's aiming for a last to first, and he's very, very eager for it. He's just got to get through these two, and his teammate can put up a great fight for him. I'm sure he can. But it looks like Kevin really does want that first position of. He definitely does just want the first position. As he was leading qualifying for so long, but didn't work before. As Ferrari there is having to pull over to the side to let the guys by. Toro, so Toro's on the hard compound, remember, these two on the mediums. The pace that Toro's doing is unbelievable pace. But can he keep up with these guys as they're both on mediums? And obviously Toro is going for a later strategy, and Kevin, it looks like, was up in sector 2. So if he's going for the fastest lap point. Across the line, he didn't go for the fast lap there. So Kevin, 2nd place here, and will he get past Rajic? That's a question. Going to look for the outside move. He's charging his battery, it looks like, at the same time. Maybe not. He's going to stay off for one more lap and wait for the next lap to come. Toro, though, Toro's going to want to join in, hopefully, soon, we'll say. It looks like Toro Ice Cream there have been having a fight as well. They're all close together. Oh no, not Toro, sorry. It looks like Ice Cream Remus, maybe, having a fight. Turns 4 and 5 there for Rajic and Kevin. Kevin's not going to go, well, Kevin's not going to let him go, that's for sure. And I don't blame him, he doesn't let him go. But he's going to be trying as hard as he can to withstand the lead. And I'm sure it's not going to be long until the pit stops come in. And that's when it all gets interesting, because who's going to come out of who? How's the pit stops going to go? Are they going to muck up the pit stops? Well, hopefully not, and Rajic, continues the lead. But there we go, as I said, Toro already joining in the camera angles there, the camera shots of him already entering, and means he's approaching these guys quite quickly. Yeah, look at Toro with this pace now, coming through staying section out to the last corner. I believe he's holding the fastest lap, so we will find out in a minute. Let's have a look on the chat to everyone. Squirter all, thank you very much for welcoming me. Welcome to the stream. Nico there going past Dutchy, I believe. Almost letting him by. And Nico, I think he has pitted, I believe. Who has pitted? Who are pitting? Ice Cream and Sazmo, sorry. As they're just trying to get all the pit stops done now. Remus in 4th, but his teammate retiring from the race, and that's really not what he wanted. But he's on a fight now with Ozan Isaac. So Isaac is going to be all over him. But who's going to stay out ahead? Because this is the fight for 4th position. And the Sauber, it looks like he's trying to get closer with his powers of the car. But DRS is going to be his friend in a minute, because he's going to come through the S section. DRS detection zone hitted now, and I believe he has got it. But has he got enough to catch up with him? Hopefully he does soon. DRS wide open for him, catching up now. Does he have the chance to do it? That's we'll see. Oh, snap to the rear there, as you saw from Remus. Lock up as well, sending him off the racing line. Isaac is taking this opportunity well. He's going to stay onto the back of him. Oh my god, Remus is all over the track, and he's again. But Isaac's actually using this as a chance to pit. Maybe that was the time to pit. Isaac, 10 seconds top and speeding in the pit lane. So he's just ruined his now, and that's not what he's wanted. Well, that's not what he's wanting at all. Max, fan, am I there for the next races? I will see. I'm sure I will be if I'm free. And my top 3, I think the finishing top 3 will be Toro. I want to say Toro, Rajic, and then Kevin. But we never know. Anything can change. I'm not going to predict anything in case I ruin people's races. But hopefully not. Hopefully not. But do get involved in the YouTube live stream. Love to know your thoughts on the race, and I will keep checking that regularly about what you guys got to say. But in that, as I say that, the fight with Dutchy and Frabihi, I'm pronouncing that wrong. I do apologise. But he does go in front of the Williams quite happily as well, actually. So he seems all right. And Toro, they're taking the lead of the race, because the two fighting people have, they've both gone in for the pits. Who's going to start ahead? I believe Rajic will be ahead. Or will it be Kevin? I'm not sure. We'll find out as they come out the pit lane. I believe it's all onto the hard compound tyres. Yep, they're all going to the hard compound tyres. Rajic ahead of Kevin there. So that's another fight, and he's not too far away from him either. So both Kick Saubers there are together within a second as well. So hopefully he's going to be with him soon. But as we say, that's Sazmo onto Dutchy, and he's getting closer because Dutchy is weaving. Sazmo getting closer and closer. He's going dive down the inside to turn 1, and he's done it with the DRS help. Is Dutchy going to let this one slide? Sadly, I'm thinking we'll have to, because of the DRS that was going to be used now. And off into the distance goes Sazmo, as Dutchy goes another place down the order into 12th. Max Fan has announced he thinks the finishing order is going to be Kevin, Toro, and Daniel. What will happen to Rajic in that moment? And Morrison thinks Toro, Remus, and Kevin. Toro, Remus, and Kevin. That's a very interesting one. Well, that's very exciting. If that's the case, and as I say that Dutchy goes round, is that going to cause something? Yellow flag there, sector 2, front wing gone, I'd imagine. That's not what he wants at all. Front wing for front right gone there. No virtual safety car, thankfully, in that case. But that is a gone. Well, it's completely gone. That Remus looking there on Ice Cream. Ice Cream's doing a hell of a good job today in this race. He's really been up in the front pack. But Chief Victim type in. Well, he's obviously not having the race he wants, alongside his teammate, which is in 14th, and his teammate gone in an instant earlier in that one. And you can go back to rewatch if you just scroll back a couple of minutes. Well, not a couple of minutes. Quite a few minutes ago, and catch up on what you have missed, and then you can come and listen to the live coverage of this Grand Prix. So Remus there is eager just to get past Ice Cream, and there's a bit of a slide there, almost doing the exact same. As you can see, his rear, there's something with the Mercedes that their rears are completely just cutting. I don't know. So it's actually giving Ice Cream more of enough breathing space, should we say? And David there, Daniel, sorry, I don't know why I said David. Daniel holding off Miko, but it looks like Daniel was doing quite comfortable actually. Sitting in 6th position. Ice Cream 116.0. We knew he was going to be quick, and he's just put in the fastest lap, so that's going to be an extra 1 point for him, definitely. Kevin with Rajic. Kevin's just gone up into 2nd. Well, is that because of the DRS? Yes, I do believe it is, and we'll find out if they are still fighting, but it tends to be with the DRS battles that it's the case. Yeah, so Rajic there, staying onto the back of him, and waiting for next lap's chance to bring himself into the top 2, because Red Bull would love a 1-2 out here in Mexico. It would always go quite well with those guys. So Rajic sticks onto the back of Kevin. We are lap 17 out of 36, and we've had plenty of racing action. Do stay behind after the race, as we will interview the drivers well, obviously to interview about the race. I'd love to know their thoughts, but which top 3 will we be interviewing? That will be the interesting bit. I believe Miko disconnected, but he's now back, and as I say that, Rajic's all over the back of Kevin. He's got a DRS this time. He's just going to stick on the back of him, wait till the opportunity he's going to bring, and here he comes, and he's through side by side. Kevin to the left, Rajic to the right. Rajic goes through into 2nd. It doesn't look like somehow Kevin's car is ghosted. Is that Kevin's disconnected, or is that something else happened? Something's not gone well with his car, maybe? I'm not sure. Remus there fighting with Daniel. Remus is trying to catch Daniel, but the DRS, it looks like, is pulling away, as Daniel, I think, just overtook Remus with a lock up there into turn 1. Both really struggling into turn 1, hitting the turns, the curb, sorry. And safety car deployed. Wow, safety car deployed. And Toro, where's Toro positioned on track? Can Toro sneak in a perfect? That's Leo. So Leo has had an incident. Don't know what that is, but can Toro sneak in a pit stop that will bring him to the front, or is that gonna? Well, I don't know what's gonna bring actually, because a 22-second gap. Is that going to bring him just behind Kevin? And we have an amazing restart. As I said, Toro's going to go into the pit lane. He's going to go for the gamble. He's going to try it. He needs to pit anyway. Is he going on to the mediums, so he's going to be extra quick? Or, well, we'll find out. But I'd like to know what happened with Leo. Leo with such an incident there as well. Straight out, and we can see the cars coming through. Rajic goes through, I believe. Not yet. They're the back markers that are trying to go through. And I think he might have kept it in front. He's kept it in front there, Toro. Toro is still in the lead of the race, and that is going to be a very happy Toro from a last first. Last to first is perfect for him. What the performance he's put out here today. Remus and Remus and Daniel look like they're still battling, even though it's a safety car. Maybe it's not a safety car. It is a safety car. It is definitely a safety car. And there's the safety car, because he's now picking up with Toro. Stowed. Wow. Leo has dropped down the order now. And that's not, well, Leo and McLaren are just having the worst day ever. Same with Williams at the same time. But yeah, McLaren out of the Grand Prix, and that is not very good. 4 retirements, and it looks like 15 cars still running. So we can't do these races without our sponsors. Well, we'd like to get straight away with F1 Factory. F1 Factory, if you do use code VD Racing, you can get a 10% discount. And we want to thank you very much for the sponsorship from these guys. Moving on to Rogue, it looks like. And we want to thank them very much. And you can, rogueenergy.com, sorry. And thank you very much for sponsoring. And if you do use code VDRL, you will receive a 10% discount. And if you'd like to hear my voice again, well, hopefully you would. Don't forget to like our streams and follow us. You can follow us here on YouTube on VD Racing League. We are also on, we're on Discord. If you'd like to join on Discord, it will be in the link below. We are on Instagram X, and also TikTok, where we do post most of our highlights. So if you already are, thank you very much. People who are watching aren't. Chop chop. Time to get going. Don't worry, I'm not forcing you. Another shout out here to Miniature Motor World for sponsoring. You can receive another 10% discount, funny enough, if you use the code VDRL. If you like a repeat, I'm very, very happy. But Ice Cream Racing does say, Toro, you are so lucky, and Toro is the lucky man. Right, well, let's have a debrief on what's just happened. Toro has started from last and is now coming up to the front. Well, I'm hoping for no more safety cars. I'm very happy the group is bunched up now, but I'm hoping for not too many because I like a good race. But it's very good when we have a safety car because it backs everyone up and it gets the racing so much better. Ice Cream Racing, you have had a great race, but it's very, very. It's a shame. Whereabouts are you, Ice Cream? Ice Cream Racing, you're in 4th position. You've had a very, very good race. And he spun and hit the wall in the last turn for the chicane stadium, and that is, I believe, Leo. I believe, is it? Hopefully. But any drivers who are watching the stream, thank you very much for coming onto this race and bringing such joy. So, the debrief. Toro, last to first. That explains quite a lot of it. And, well, Rajic and Kevin, keep an eye on those guys because those guys are hungry because those two have been fighting the whole race, basically, with the DRS train. Remember about the DRS train, it only happens, well, the longest straight, Willie, is this part here. This is the time for the overtakes. Toro, he could take this as the opportunity to shoot ahead. We will find out if he can, really. Rajic will use a slipstream from Toro. Hopefully he can. But remember, Kevin and Ice Cream is very, very strong in his car. He's actually he's had quite a good race actually. Been fighting there with quite a few of the drivers and has managed to keep up in front as well. So it's going to get exciting in a minute, and I can't wait because it is about to get serious with when the safety car period has finished, and I believe it's not long after the debris is being cleared up from Leo G. The Williams are just joining the back of the grid now, as you can see in the camera shot, and we are set to go racing. Hopefully not long. Safety car may be in this lap. Hopefully it is. I'm sure we'll find out. Leo has left the session sadly after Asalius. Everyone got Leo. Yeah, that's a very unfortunate spin, but you know what happens, and you had a good race from the beginning. So obviously today is not McLaren's day, but I'm sure it will be in a couple of, next race time. So, Toro is set to lead us, and we're here for another lap. No, we're not. Safety car in this lap. Toro's going to lead us. What's going to happen? Well, it's going to be very, very interesting because Rajic and Kevin are both eager for that position. Who's going to want to take second place, even if those two, are fighting? Then it looks like Toro is going to shoot ahead if they are both fighting. They definitely do need to sort out their game a bit. Not too much, but hopefully they do. Toro, when did he get going? We'll find out in a minute. I believe he's getting going now. Flat out, and it looks like that's a perfect start for the Red Bulls because look at those two. They've just shot off ahead like a bullet. And look at Kevin. Kevin is really under pressure now from Ice Cream. Ice Cream is going to look for the moves. Toro's just going to stay with him. Is Rajic going to look for moving his teammate? Are they going to fight? I don't think so. They're going to back out, and Toro leads us into turn 1 now. Not many incidents happening in behind, thankfully. That will cause another. Toro comfortably sits in first position. Ice Cream looking down the inside this time. Is to move into turn 4. No, he's going to sit in behind and wait for this opportunity to come. And I'm sure it's not going to be long. But Toro and Rajic, they're going to use their superpowers of the Red Bull and shoot off ahead. Everyone got it. Yes, well, that was a very, very good first race from you, I have to say. Congratulations. But hopefully we can see you on the grid more. Anyway, back onto the race. Toro and Rajic. they're playing a strat game, aren't they? Toro with the fastest lap, fastest sector 2. A lockup, quite a few lockups actually as well into that bit. Daniel dropping down the order, going up the order now, fighting with Miko. Him and Miko side by side. Toro 116.0 fastest lap. So Toro leads us, and is this the time that Rajic is Rajic's obviously dropping back behind because of Toro's pace. Toro's pace is unbelievable. He's shown great pace, and look at that, Ice Cream up into 3rd position. Ice Cream's going to be very happy with that, dropping, increasing his chances. And Ice Cream is going to be very, very happy if he finishes in the top 3. But remember, Kevin is not going to be happy with that one, because Kevin is going to want to keep that first position, third position, and or even better, come into 2nd or 3rd. So, fighting up ahead, it looks like Toro and Rajic are both comfortably sitting in 1st and 2nd, but Rajic needs to keep an eye because he's just got, in his mirrors, he's now got Ice Cream. 3-second time penalty for Twitch Ben Racing in 13th place, which is unfortunate. And look at these two. So, Remus joining in the fight as well. Remus will be joining in with this fight on Kevin, and this is not the restart Kevin wanted. Kevin, is Kevin just wanted a good start. And who's that parked over to the side? Virtual safety for Kyle. Kyle Behrman. He's had a shocker. He's had so many incidents, and he's just gone for he's just lost his front wing again. Virtual safety car deployed. That was just unfortunate. I think a spin. He's had that last time, didn't he? So he's been struggling for grip as well. Virtual safety car deployed. Drivers can take a rest, but Rajic really needs to keep an eye on his rear, because he will have Ice Cream all over him. Toro, on the other hand, well, he's going to want to try and shoot away if that's the case. He doesn't want to have any threats. He wants the lead, and we really don't even have that many laps left. I'm having a look in the chat, sorry. I have to say, F1 Cross to the first race in the Racing League. He had a very good race. You were all good. It was a great race from you, Mavis. That was a good race from you. It just got unfortunate, I think. But we're back racing once again. Toro and Rajic. Rajic's on the back of Toro this time. They're not going to try and fight, but look at Ice Cream. Ice Cream's going to want to try and fight this time because he's all over the back, he's squirming, and he's going to want to try and take this opportunity soon. And it looks like it's going to be a big pack now of around 5-6 cars. Nico's joined the fight as well. The only Alpine is now fighting with, but he's just going to sit back and relax and just wait until an opportunity brings. Rajic sitting in 2nd. Keep an eye on Ice Cream. Ice Cream, has he got the slipstream? He's got DRS, he's going to dive. There goes Rajic. Rajic for the lead. And so does Ice Cream. Ice Cream follows him through, and they both go through that time. And it looks like Kevin is under pressure from Remus. Remus side by side through there, and through turns 2 and 3 are they both fighting. And it looks like Kevin stays out ahead this time. But we have a look now onto Toro is dropped down 2 positions there, and that is just the power of the slipstream there of both things, of DRS there. And look at those guys. That was an interesting fight there, and that was really entertaining. Well, having a look now on Remus. Remus is all over him, isn't he? And look at that, Toro. Toro's onto the back of Ice Cream. He wants that 1-2 for Red Bull. He definitely wants the lead again. I don't blame him. Here he comes now. He's got the DRS, so is Ice Cream. He's going to have to stay back, wait for the opportunity to come again. Remus looking for an inside move, but stays back. And he's going to wait for the opportunity, and I'm sure that's not going to be long, because here comes the long straight. This is the one that does the overtakes, sets the overtakes at least. Nico is going to keep an eye on this, because there are lots of fights in front. It's going to be perfect for him. Rajic shooting off ahead, trying to shoot off ahead. Toro DRS wide open, and he's going to be on the back of him. He's got the slipstream. It's going to do anything. He's going to look. Is he going to pull out left? No, he's not. He's going to keep right, sending... side by side there, from Ice Cream and Rajic. Ice Cream takes the lead of the Grand Prix, and he sets off now, and that was a great move from him with the DRS opportunity, and that's what shows what the DRS can do with people. Both Red Bulls dropped down the order, and that was interesting. We weren't expecting that to happen, but there we go. This is what happens, an unexpected race from what a safety car can do. So, Remus still onto the back, and look at that, Remus the snap of the rear. The Mercedes have been doing it the whole time, haven't they? They've been grip. And look at that, Toro and Rajic both fighting. Rajic is going to use DRS, but remember, Ice Cream is not going to have one bit of DRS. So remember, Rajic and Toro. Rajic there, he's going to get the DRS. He's going to do the train hopefully, but he might pull back and he might not use it this lap because this isn't long enough, this straight. So use the bigger straight and you will ace it through there. Ice Cream is currently sitting in first position, but he's about to get tense in a minute because he's got quite a few drivers behind him, eager to get by. Isaac through a second time penalty, who is currently in 8th position. The kicks over there, but moving along to the front field, Ice Cream, and he's got he hasn't got DRS because 2 Red Bulls behind have got DRS. And Rajic is going to get even closer this time. He's going to look for a dive down the inside. Ice Cream covers the inside line. Rajic for the outside line. Is he going to go for the move this time? Toro falling in behind. Almost contact. And, well, Ice Cream closes the door there. And Toro, Rajic takes the race. Rajic has got the DRS. But remember, Toro's got another bit of DRS. But Ice Cream doesn't. Another section where he's going to struggle. There's going to be a dive bomb there from Toro. Toro, look for he's going to back out. He's going to wait for the opportunity to come again. I'm sure it's not going to be long. It's going to be a thing now with Rajic, where Rajic's going to hold him off. But can Rajic do it in time? Remus there is eager to try and get by Kevin, but Kevin is just going to completely sit there in 4th until anything serious can happen. But Rajic there taking the lead of the race, trying to get 2nd in between him and Ice Cream. But Ice Cream is managing to do really well actually, so he's sticking onto the back of him enough for the DRS train. And look at that, Toro right into the back of him now, eager to get that move done and dusted. And this fight is going to bring Kevin even closer this time. Nico, lock up there from Nico there in turn 13. Now on the start finish straight, he's going to look, DRS opportunity is going to come now, and Magbo Rajic's got no DRS, Toro has got DRS, so has Ice Cream. Both fighting together. Will there be an opportunity for Toro to make a move around the outside? And it's going to be 3 wide now to turn 1. Who's going to take the lead of the race? And it looks like it's going to be Toro. Toro dives down the inside of Ice Cream. Ice Cream fighting with Rajic. And looks like Kevin joining into the fight now with the DRS train. But remember, Rajic hasn't got DRS and he's put in 3rd. That's going to bring, well, maybe Kevin up into another position. That's going to be interesting. But it's not, because here comes Toro and takes the lead of the race from the 3 wide into turn 1. He's managed to do it very, very well. So Remus is, well, sorry, Kevin is, he almost had the opportunity to go for it, but it just got closed there from him. But remember, Toro won't have DRS. This is going to be even harder for him now, because we're coming into the other section, and as you saw Remus go straight over the curb, well, almost going for a penalty soon. Hopefully not. Toro is going to be taking the lead, 3 time for Daniel. Daniel's 4th, so that's not what Daniel wants at all. And I don't think he can pull it off before the end of the race unless the gaps just completely change. But we'll find out in a minute. Remember, Toro has got he hasn't got DRS, but he has shot off in front. Remember, look at Rajic. So Ice Cream won't have the DRS like Rajic will. Rajic has got the DRS, so has Kevin, so has Remus. It's going to be a big train coming through, but is it going to be the opportunities to make the moves? Well, here comes Rajic looking on, Ice Cream looking. No, it's going to stay back and wait for the opportunity to come again. DRS is going to happen again, remember, on this straight. This is where another move can look for. And here it comes now, DRS wide open. It's going to be off to, he's not going to look for side by side, he's going to stay behind because Ice Cream has got, he's got DRS. And this is, well, the second section of the track is where Toro's quickest at. So this is what Toro likes, and look at Nico there. He's just getting a good view of all the racing action there. And you can see Rajic right onto the Ice Cream. He's eager. He wants to get through there. Hopefully he can, because it's not, well, he doesn't have too long before the DRS opportunity can come up again. And, well, Kevin on board with now. He's just going to try and join in the fight. As you can see, it's just getting closer and closer and closer, but he's not going to do any serious moves yet. And lock up there, and Rajic all over the back end. Ice Cream loses the rear almost, but saves it, and still got DRS from that, which is pretty impressive. So Rajic onto the back of Toro. So, well, here comes the DRS opportunity. Ice Cream's got DRS, don't worry, but Toro doesn't. This is going to be interesting for Toro. What's Ice Cream going to do? Rajic getting even closer. Those two getting even closer. Both dive on for turn 1. Don't know. Both Red Bulls are side by side, and it's going to let looks like Kevin through almost, but he's going to. Looks like Toro's going to close the door there, and Ice Cream shoots off ahead for the lead of the Grand Prix. but remember, Toro has got a better exit somehow, and here comes Kevin. Kevin down the inside of Toro. And Kevin takes third position in the race. But remember, he's got the 3-second time penalty. Toro's not going to allow it. Remus looking for this opportunity to sneak through the undercut. Kevin gets forced wide. Through goes Toro. Remus onto the back of Kevin. What's he going to do? He's going to stay behind. He's going to have to wait for the opportunity to come again. He could have gone for the undercut, but he obviously wasn't close enough for time. And well, with his 3-second time penalty, Remus is now dropping down the order 4 with that penalty. 12 seconds for him. And that's not worth it. Kevin in 4th. So Kevin, sorry, doesn't have a penalty. Kevin is fighting for 3rd position. And look at that, Ice Cream is under lots and lots of pressure with these guys because they are both RBs are easy to get by. Look at Radic all over the back of him. So is Toro, so is Kevin, so is Remus. All for a big fight for the front league. Here he goes. And he's trying to get as far as we can, but it's not working. Radic onto the back of him, and they're going to be a 2 RB move. Red Bull is going to be 1, and it's going to make it a 2. But it does look like a 3 from Kevin, so Kevin's going to try and stay. I don't think Kevin's going to try and make the opportunity there, and he sticks in behind. And Ice Cream might lose another position now from that because he's just going to drop. Well, Kevin has got the DRS, but Ice Cream doesn't, and this is the thing with DRS, he's struggling a lot, and he stays back a bit, and Radic takes the lead of the race once again. Toro in behind, but remember, Radic's now not going to have the DRS opportunity. This is not going to go well for him. Toro in 2nd, he's all over his teammate. Will they fight, or will they just try and get as far away as possible as they can? And I don't blame them if they can't, but they're really going for it, definitely, and it's making this racing so much better to watch, isn't it? Please do put your thoughts in the chat. And that's a spin round for Dutchy. Then another Williams goes round. That's not happening. Well, that's not very happy Williams there, as his teammate Carl Benton's already DNF. So it's not going well for both of them. Now Radic, Toro's dropped back actually a bit from them, but not too much. No, it's Ice Cream has dropped back a bit. And look at those two. Radic and Toro are going to go off the head. Those two. And they're a fight. On the other hand, Kevin's going for 3rd position with this DRS opportunity, and he's going to use it hopefully now. They've both got DRS actually, so side by side with the RBs. Toro takes the lead of the race this time, and Kevin down the inside this time. They both have a DRS. Kevin takes the lead. Whoa, no, he tries to go for 3rd, but it doesn't work. And Ice Cream covers him off. But remember, a bit more DRS opportunity coming up now. Remus just sitting in behind. Where's Nico going? Dropped down a bit this time out of the packet fight, but he's definitely a chance for him to come up. Only 4 seconds left. Daniel in the Mercedes drops down to 10th, and that's Daniel out. So what's actually happened to Daniel? So yeah, so Daniel had the 3-second time penalty, I believe. I think he did, maybe not. Which is not what he wanted at all, and it's down the start finish straight. But is it too late? Is it too late for a safety car? I think it is. Max, we can have a virtual, but look at that. Kevin down the inside of Ice Cream. Ice Cream goes down another position, and Remus is looking as well. These Red Bulls are loving this because they can shoot off ahead like they already have. The gap between Kevin and Radic's 1 second. So those guys have gone off ahead. Now it's going to be Remus. All eyes on Remus, and who goes off the track? That's Kevin. Kevin's gone off the track and just dropped himself 2 positions from that incident. What happened? I'm excited for the interviews as well, definitely. But here he comes now. Toro is fighting. Well, no, sorry, not Toro. I'm in Kevin. Kevin has lost positions, and Remus goes up, and he's fighting with Ice Cream. But remember, Remus isn't going to be going up that far because he has got a 12-second time penalty, unfortunately. But I'm sure that can be. Well, it's going to be unfortunate. He will drop down the order, but I mean, it's not stopping our fights at all. They're still 4th, 3rd, and 4th in the race. So we'll continue with our racing action. Ice Cream kind of macking up his exit there and kind of slowing down because look, Remus is already on him, and they're going to use a DRS opportunity any minute now. Hopefully they will, because here they come now, using the DRS any minute now. There we go, and Remus onto the back of him. He's going to look sideline. He's going to play smart, and he's remembering. Oh wait, I've got a long straight coming up, let me use it then. But he can't muck up these 2 bits because these are the harder bits to go through. He goes over the curve, almost losing it. Thankfully he didn't. And as you can see in his mirrors, actually, if you look to the bottom right or bottom left, you can see Kevin. And look at that, the exit from Remus is He's onto the back of Ice Cream. Ice Cream has had such a good race now. He's just going to go down the order, but he's not, because obviously of the penalty, but we'll take it as if there was no penalty. And look at that. Kevin maybe taking it into a 3 wide now. Is Kevin just going to follow through? No, not he is. Side by side now with Ice Cream. Remus goes through. Ice Cream's not allowing this time. And look at that. Ice Cream almost sliding off the corner. And both they through go. And it's 3 wide now coming into turn 4. 2 wide, sorry, to Brest. And side by side. Oh my god, it is 3 wide. Ice Cream is not allowing this. And look at Kevin. Kevin's come down the inside for the next corner. Kind of forces Ice Cream out wide. And Ice Cream's not giving up this position because he's going to want to go position. But he's not. He's going to wait and he's going to use the... because he definitely will use it. And wow, this race is unbelievable. And they've only got two laps left of this racing action. If it's to continue for a lot longer, and look at these two, Rajic and Toro, both together playing the team strat. And this could be a dream come true for the Red Bulls for a 1-2 once again, and in Mexico here. So the others, if Remus and Kevin, well, let's see what happens. Remus, remember, has got the penalty, so he will be dropping down the order, but he's currently fighting with Kevin. Ice Cream has actually got DRS as well. And what's going to happen with those two? Look at that, Kevin down the inside of Remus, the outside. Will Remus cover the outside that time? I don't know. Looks like Ice Cream's going to join the fight as well. There, side-by-side action between the Ferrari and the Mercedes goes through, but will he allow it for much longer? Whoa. The yellow flag through there. What happened there? I'm not sure. But anyway, continuing, Remus is under pressure there from Kevin, and Remus stays ahead, thankfully, through DRS sections. Looks up a bit, but doesn't affect him too much. But this means Ice Cream is joining into the fight. We've only got 2 laps left of racing. This is going to be interesting on who's going to finish who. And here comes, Toro and Rajic. Rajic is in first position, second is Toro. Third will be Kevin, fourth will be Ice Cream. So the fight actually will be between Kevin and Ice Cream. Can Ice Cream get past Kevin and take third position in this race? But it's got very interesting because, look, remember, Remus hasn't got any DRS and he's just squirming all over the place at the time because he's just under pressure, so much pressure from Kevin. And look, so Ice Cream onto the back of Kevin, and you just got to keep an eye on those two because those two are going to be fighting for third. And Ice Cream doesn't get the exit he wants out of that last corner. And here comes the DRS opportunity coming out now. There we go, DRS ready for him. He goes through. Kevin is falling through into third position now. Will Ice Cream do the same? Yes, he will. Dive down the inside, and looks like Ice Cream almost went for the move there once again. But remember, they've both got DRS this time. Who gets a better exit out of turn 3? It looks like Ice Cream does, as we join the last lap of this race. And it's got very, very interesting. Look at that dive bomb from Ice Cream. Covered the inside line. No, it's going to change now to Kevin. Kevin always making contact. Both making contact. Remus gets forced out wide. Through goes Ice Cream. Ice Cream takes the third position of this race. This fight's for third. Who's going to cover off? And it looks like Ice Cream. Ice Cream gets sent round, and it looks like Remus is going to go fourth position in this race. A shocking turn there, gets sent round, and that's going to be very, very angry Ice Cream. I don't blame him for it. That was horrible from him, and that was just a pin. It looked like, and looks like Remus won't be going up to positions, but our man who has started from the back has gone to the front. Here he comes. Toro wins the Mexico Grand Prix. It's 1-2 there for Red Bull. What a very happy it is. And it looks like Kevin will stay in third position in that race with Remus in fourth. And I think Remus will be going down even further now with Nico about to cross the line. Nico, and there we go. So Remus 5th, 6th Isaac, 7th Miko, 8th Sasmo, and 9th will be Dutchy, 10th will be Frabihi, 12th will be Twitch then Racing. Sadly, Ice Cream with the late incident. And wow, what a race that was. That last incident was just something else at the same time on the last lap. And they were just fighting, but something happened. Will this be brought to the street? Its attention straight away after the race? I'm sure it will. But these interviews are going to be interesting. I'd love to know what is going to happen. And that was a hell of a race. That was interesting. Toro with the last to first is unbelievable. What performance he put out today was just unbelievable, with a quali ban as well. So, your finishing order for today. Your winner here in the Mexico Grand Prix is Toro from the last two first, and I don't blame him. He is the driver of the day as well as he should be for that. What an interesting day he's had. Let us know in the comments what you think, or who you think, sorry, should be your driver of the day if it will be Toro. Anyway, Toro is the winner here in the Mexico Grand Prix with his teammates continuing with the Red Bull 1-2. Third, Kevin. Fourth, Nico. Fifth, Remus. Sixth, Isaac. Seventh, Miko. Eighth, Susmo. Ninth, Dutchy. And 10th for being running up the top 10 of the grid. What a race that was. We lost so many people during it as well, and it's just lucky there for Ice Cream as well. But on come the interviews now with our winning drivers. And obviously we'll be bringing in we'll bring in Kevin as well. So wow, let me know your thoughts in the chat. I'd love to know what you did think about that, because that was definitely something else. That was I mean. So we are now on to the interviews. So we'll go with our third place here, Kevin. Kevin, well, your qualifying started off really strong. Do tell us about
that. Actually, my qualifying was really bad because I did 2/10 faster when I practiced, and yeah, I struggled a lot with the grip today, also in the race. But yeah, in the end, I made a mistake because I had no ERS in the main straight, and Ice Cream and Remus got past me, and then the Red Bulls could drive away. So yeah, I had no chance to come back to them.
Obviously, with you and Magic at the start of the race, I mean, that was something else as well. You two were on each other lap after lap after lap. I mean, did you think you were going to pull away, or did you know Rajic was going to put up a big fight with you?
I think Rajic was really fast today. I think we had the same pace, I think. Maybe he was a tiny bit faster today.
Definitely, yeah. No, congratulations to you, Kevin. I mean, were you involved in that last incident with Ice Cream there?
Yeah. We went side by side, and he got ghosted, and I went through him, and then he crashed. The same thing happened in Italy with Rajic, so it's really unfortunate for him.
It definitely is unfortunate, and well done, Kevin, today for third position here in Mexico. Moving second, Rajic. It's a 1-2 for you guys. I mean, that was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, true. I'm very glad for this result of the race, and I think it's a very nice result for the Constructor Championship that is almost done.
Were you and Toro playing the strat game off the safety car as well?
Yeah, and when he put hard, the only option was the lack of the safety car, a safety car, I mean. So because mediums after hards were very bad. I mean, at the start were bad, but when the others have hards that are the best tire and you have mediums, you are almost dead. But I think Toro managed it very, very well.
So very well done to you, Rajic. Moving on to our winner, last to first, Toro. I mean, tell me your thoughts on that. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, thank you, mate. But yeah, oh my God, first time on the podium after 4 races, if I'm not wrong. Well, I had a quali ban, so yeah, I'm really happy from the result. I mean, I think that Rajic also helped me with the win because he wanted to give me a win, but yeah, P1, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm sure you would be, and you were very, very happy when you and Rajic both pulled away at the same time. But yeah, I mean, that is our interviews concluded for today. Thank you all so much for watching today's stream, and we'll be back next week on Friday, and we're back tomorrow, I believe, and Sunday. So thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time. Good day.